Well, everybody's off Air Force One now, and just for the record, Melania Trump deplaned wearing tennis shoes. She was not wearing the 5-inch stilettos that she wore while boarding Air Force One. I can't believe this fashion stuff is relevant anyway, but the UK Daily Mail made a big deal out of her footwear. The governor of Texas showed up wheeling himself around on his wheelchair. Ben Carson got off the plane. Tom Price, Secretary of Health and Human Services, Carson HUD, Housing and Urban Development. There was a woman that got off the plane with Carson. I'm looking at this. No, it can't be. And it wasn't. I thought it was Hillary. And I thought, what in the world would she be doing? And it wasn't, but it was somebody wearing a blue windbreaker that at first glance, it had bob blonde hair. I said, oh, no, it can't. And it wasn't. I don't know who it was. Look. No, I couldn't tell if she wore a pantsuit or not. I couldn't tell. She only saw the windbreaker and above. It was a blue windbreaker with an icon logo on it. SVP, Disaster Services Extraordinaire, whatever it said. I just got a glimpse at it. I'm probably going to be embarrassed when I find out when somebody tells me who it was or who it is. But I don't mean to be insulting anybody here. It just looked like Hillary Clinton at first glance. And I said, it can't be. By the way, I said, ladies and gentlemen, there are meteorological reasons that explain, that means scientific reasons that explain this weather anomaly in Houston. However, a University of Tampa professor, a person who teaches young skulls full of mush, suggested that you in Texas deserve this. You deserve this disaster. You deserve the flooding because of your support for Donald Trump in the 2016 election. Professor's name is Ken Story. He wrote, I don't believe in instant karma coming to get you, but this kind of feels like it for Texas. Hopefully, this will help them realize the GOP doesn't care about them. I'm telling you, folks, the left is unhinged and deranged. And I'm telling you, more and more of these people have literally lost their minds. They have been so self-poisoned with hatred that there is no recovery for these people possible. And they happen to be running things. These are the people that are demanding now that hate speech be prohibited. And when hate speech happens, these are the people telling themselves and everybody that violence is perfectly fine to deal with it. And they get to define hate speech. And hate speech is any speech that they disagree with. That's how hate speech is defined by people on the left. And this is an outgrowth of it. That kind of hate gives us this. I don't believe in instant karma, but this kind of feels like it for Texas. Hopefully, this will help them realize the GOP doesn't care about them. One of Story's followers responded. This was a tweet that this professor, put out, and one of his followers on Twitter responded by noting there are lots of good people in Texas. You may want to rethink this one. Wait a minute. Good people in Texas? Isn't that a kind of moral equivalency that got Trump in trouble in the first place after Charlottesville? Because it's no longer acceptable to say that there are good people on both sides. If the left decides that you're not good, you're not good. Period. There is no equivocation, and anybody comes along and says there is good is going to be tarred and feathered as participating in hate speech as well. So this follower of this idiot professor who says that Texans deserve the hurricane because they supported Trump and now they're going to learn how the GOP really doesn't care about them. His follower says, you know what, there's a lot of good people there. You might want to rethink it. And so the professor says, well, the good people there need to do more to stop the evil their state pushes. I'm only blaming those who support the GOP there, said the professor. Yeah, those who voted for Trump deserve it as well, Story answered. He later deleted the Twitter account, but a screenshot of his account confirms that he teaches sociology. It was Linda McMahon. That was Linda McMahon. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But I don't want to tell you why I didn't think it was Linda McMahon. Small Business Administration, SBA, and that's what her windbreaker said. Well, okay, fine. It's Linda McMahon. That's the last person and I don't mean to insult Ms. McMahon by saying that she reminded me of Hillary. It was just the hair and the color, and I'm so used to seeing Hillary get down the stairs of airplanes, avoiding sniper fire in Bosnia, and with her husband. Look, folks, this professor in Tampa, this is a microcosm, but it confirms what we have been saying for months. The left doesn't just hate Trump. They hate anybody who supports Trump. And this guy, whatever he is, he's not teaching sociology. He's teaching pathology. I mean, can you imagine if there were a disaster like this in a predominantly Democrat state, and somebody at Fox News said, well, you know what? They deserve it. They deserve it for voting Obama. Can you imagine what would happen to that person? End of career right there. And this guy, his followers, you might want to rethink that. There's some good people in Texas. And he acknowledged, oh, yeah, there's some good people in Texas, but not the ones that voted for Trump. Not the Republicans there. NBC has spent more time slamming Trump than reporting his assurances for Texas that he has made during public comment.